Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Peekaboo. I see you because I'm YouTube. I almost lost that fan. Famous now. Available Christmas 2023, the album. Dad. Shimmy, shimmy, AF. Suavemente. Boost! Rock on, girl, just woman. Boost! How are you guys doing today? Happy Thursday. And a little Diet Coke. I love the sound of a crisp Diet Coke opening. Oh my gosh, let me just tell you. This is like my 5th or 6th night in the last week falling asleep very, very early. I don't know what is going on. I was asleep and out with Mr. Boo Radley last night at like 10 o'clock. I was out. And I woke up this morning and I looked at the clock and it was 11 o'clock. And I was like, oh my God. I slept 13 hours. Like, what is going on? Like, why am I needing this much sleep right now? I'm not sure at all. I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. But last night, I was planning to watch Survivor, An Amazing Race, the final episode of 1,000 Pound Sisters, and I just did not get to it. I didn't. My husband and I, we watched The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City last night. What a shit show. What a shit show this season is, and I am living for every minute of it. And then we watched House of Villains, and then we watched The Kardashians. And we're like at the very end of The Kardashians last night, and Kim says something about like, this has been a really great year, and then it goes to Kylie, and Kylie's like, yeah, like this has been like a really great year, and I'm like, I looked at Alex and I go, is this the last episode? And he goes, yeah, and I go, how many episodes are per season? And he goes, 10, and I said, we've already watched 10 episodes of The Kardashians, like it's over for the season, and he goes, yeah, and I go, oh God, thank God. Thank God. I couldn't watch no more of these superficial, vapid people to save my life. Oh my God. And then the very last thing they say is like, that the producer asked Kris Jenner, they're like, so is this over for you guys? And she goes, oh no, there's so much more. I was like, oh my God, I have to watch more seasons of The Kardashians. Well, ain't nobody forcing me, but I said I would for my reality TV channel, of which I haven't made one video about The Kardashians. I think I made one video over there. But it was interesting because the last episode, they talk a lot about Kim Kardashian and her role in American Horror Story with Emma Roberts. And we're watching it, and she's like so worried. She has like an acting coach and all this kind of stuff. Now, if you watch, and I know this is not a popular opinion, okay? This is an unpopular opinion. But if you watched American Horror Story, I love American Horror Story, okay? I love it so much. Ryan Murphy, you know, who directed Glee and American Horror Story and all that kind of stuff, he's from Indianapolis where I live. He's like 3 years older than me. I went to Carmel High School. He went to Warren Central High School, okay? We should have been boyfriends. I'm telling you right now, I could be living the high life up in Los Angeles, okay? I could be like having the Kardashians, not that I would want to, over to my house and things like that. Ryan Murphy, we could have been power couple, but we're not. And I still live in Indianapolis and he doesn't. So I guess the trick is getting out of Indianapolis. I don't know, but I love American Horror Story. My husband and I, we watch every season of it. We absolutely love it. My husband, his favorite season of life is Coven, which I love Coven too, but we watched this last season, of which only half of it is out already. The other half comes out, I guess, in the winter. And so I looked at Alex last night because Kim is like so worried about her role in American Horror Story. If you guys watched American Horror Story this season, it was horrible. It was like the worst season of American Horror Story ever. It was really, really bad. And honest to God, okay, giving props where props are due, the only good thing about American Horror Story this season was Kim Kardashian. She was really good at it. She was really, really good. I thought she showed her acting props and stuff like that. But when I said that to my husband, he goes, well, she was basically Kim Kardashian, though. Okay, but there's a lot of actors and actresses that just play themselves, and they win Oscars, right? You know? I thought Kim Kardashian was really good in American Horror Story. I did. And when we first started watching it, I thought, she's going to be so stupid in the show. But she wasn't. She was good. She was good in her role and stuff like that. So we watched that. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to lay down for a little bit. And he's watching the show. Okay, do you ever do this with your partner where they're like watching some show and you come in like the 2nd or the 3rd episode and then you like can't stop watching it and you get hooked? So I'm watching this show. My husband's been watching this show on Netflix called First Wives Club. It's kind of like based on the movie, but not. And so I started watching this episode with him last night, and it's where they go, they come up with this plan to go get this Hazel's stuff out of her husband's penthouse apartment, and I'm like watching it like with bated breath. I was like, so I didn't know them people, I hadn't watched this season or this show, nothing about it, right? And I look over at my husband and I go, I'm like, I can't stop watching this. I'm so nervous if they're gonna get caught or not, right? And he's like, do you want to watch the show with me? And I was like, no, I'm gonna go to bed. But I waited to see if they got caught. They didn't. But anyway, I hope I didn't ruin it for you, but it is such a good show. I'm gonna go and start watching it from the first episode, because it is so good. Like, what I've watched of it with my husband, it is like really, really good. It's First Wives Club on Netflix. So anyway, but I went upstairs and I laid down with little Boo Radley, and I mean, I was out. I don't, like, remember my husband coming to bed. I don't remember him leaving for work this morning. I was out. I must have really needed to get some sleep. I don't know what's going on with me. But I wake up and then I'm, like, so awake and alert, and then it, like, just, like, hits me midnight. Not midnight, but, like, middle of, like, you know, 8 o'clock. I'm like, God, I'm so tired. What is going on? So I don't know what that's about. But anyway, so I got up today and I did on my Peter Does Stuff channel, I did my morning routine, which is actually a highly requested video over on that channel. People keep on asking me to do my morning routine. So I went in and I explained everything from my prayers, my meditations, to taking Boo Radley out, to drinking water. I'm drinking these hydrated waters, to all this kind of stuff. I showed it all over there, showed them washing my face and shaving and trimming my beard. I did it all, okay? I did it all. And I showed it over there. And then I was like, I don't know. I was kind of like, I was thinking actually I might take the rest of the day off. I know I say that a lot, right? But I got all these shows to catch up on. I got all these shows to catch up on, you know? And so I was like, well, maybe I got RuPaul's Drag Race UK, RuPaul's Drag Race Canada, Survivor, Amazing Race, which my neighbor across the street, she's trying to ruin those shows for me today. She's like, oh my God, Survivor is really good. Did you watch it? I go, no. She goes, you're going to be really surprised. I go, don't tell me. Like, this is the most excited I get, is waiting for my shows, okay? Like, I have no life. My life is waiting for my shows. And she was just laughing because she wanted to tell me so bad. She's like, you didn't watch the race last night? She never even watches the race. She's like, she can't stay up that late. And she watched it last night. She's trying to tell me stuff that happened. I said, stop, you're ruining it. But she was just laughing her ass off. So anyway, but I got those shows to watch. And then I got Welcome to Plathville, which so many people have, like, sent me DMs about how mean Ethan was to Olivia. I think it was the season finale, but I'm not sure. Maybe next week is the season finale. I don't know. But anyway, or maybe they got 2 more. I don't know. Was this week the season finale of Welcome to Plathville? I'm kind of bored of that show, to be honest. But I got it. It's like House of Villains. Like, we were watching House of Villains last night. And my husband goes, this show is so bad. I go, it's straight up corny. But I have to keep on watching because I want to find out who would. Why are they not getting rid of Omarosa? Can somebody explain that to me? Omarosa is maybe one of the nastiest people on the face of the earth. No, true story, she is. And if you watch that House of Villains, like, she truly, she was trying to act like Tanisha hit her with this tambourine. And they show it, and they show actual footage of her not, like, okay, they're doing the same thing on the Housewives, when they show these edits, and they say things, it's like on The Bachelor in Paradise with that guy, I can't remember what his name was now, but he thought he looked like a Ken doll, and they put in there his name, and they said, actually does not look like a Ken doll. I live for the producer edits, I do, right? So anyway, I was like, I'm not really sure what I want to make a video about over here. And, you know, I had a video, actually, about Trisha Paytas that I was going to make. And it was about this People magazine article that I had seen about her baby. And I found it when I was reading about, or I was like looking up stuff to do my Q&A, because people were saying that about her naming her baby Elvis and things like that. So I addressed that in my Q&A. And so I found this article, and it was interesting when I was reading this article, okay? Because the article was literally, I don't know if I can find it again. Hold on a second, let me see. People magazine, hold on a second. It was, I mean, it was like a full article about her. Trisha Paytas, I should have this all queued up, but I didn't. So, baby. Okay. I mean, this is just from a couple days ago. Or I guess it wasn't. Okay, here it is. Trisha Paytas and husband Moses Hackman expecting second baby. And so when you read this article, it says the YouTuber and social media influencer is already mom to daughter, and it talks about all that. And then it talks about how on Tuesday, the YouTuber and social media influencer 35 and husband Moses Hackman announced that they're expecting their second baby together, sharing the news on Paytas' Instagram, and it goes in. What was interesting to me about this article when you go in there, right, is that it goes in then underneath there. This is People Magazine, okay? This isn't Peter Monn, okay, that all the Trisha Paytas fans love to hate. This is People Magazine. So I hope that y'all are giving the same hell to People Magazine that you're giving to Peter Monn, okay? That's all I got to say about that. Well, that's just the beginning, I guess, of what I've got to say. I got a lot more to say about that. So it goes on and says, I mean, this is right after them talking about the baby. The YouTuber, who is known for her personal vlogs, has been involved in several controversies over the years, including public feuds with David Dobrik, Ethan Klein. It says Sean Dawson. Isn't that? Oh, that's how I knew it, because somebody linked me this and said it said Sean Dawson, because I always say Sean Dawson instead of Shane Dawson, and Charlie D'Amelio. Which, by the way, Charlie D'Amelio, is she dating Travis Barker's son? Because they were together in the last episode. They were at Courtney and Travis's gender reveal. I looked at Alex and I go, oh God, a gender reveal party, who'd care? But anyway, they were at, okay, so there was like a bunch of these famous like TikTokers. Are they like all friends with Travis Barker's son? Is he like a famous TikToker? I don't know. In 2019, Paytas posted a video to her YouTube account titled, I am transgender, female to male, in which she said she was a gay man who liked to dress in drag. At the time, the video received a lot of criticism from viewers in the comments and on social media, who said that Paytas was making fun of LGBTQ issues. The videos are now deleted. However, the expectant mom has said she was not kidding, later inviting her fans to ask her questions on Instagram. Then it goes on to say, in 2020, Paytas claimed that she had dissociative identity disorder and said she had multiple different personalities called T, Trixie, Tyson, Tierney, and Tobolter. That year, in September, Paytas began a podcast with fellow YouTuber Ethan Klein, whom she met her husband Hackman through. Klein is Hackman's brother-in-law. The podcast, titled Frenemies, aimed to settle a feud between Klein and Paytas, discussing different topics each episode. The podcast was well received by fans, but fell apart after 9 months due to a fight between the co-hosts. Paytas and Hackman's relationship was often discussed in the podcast, and although the two now don't speak to Klein or his wife Hila, they got married in 2021. In April of 2021, Paytas said she now considers herself non-binary and later revealed that she uses all pronouns. She welcomed her first baby with her husband in November of 2022. Okay, so that's the end of the article. So this whole entire article about Trisha Paytas and having her baby is really mostly about Trisha Paytas' controversies, okay? And just saying what they are and things like that. So I thought that was interesting. Then what happened was I started getting tagged in a bunch of, where's my lip gloss? I gotta have my lip gloss. I started getting tagged in a bunch of this stuff on Twitter from people basically demanding that I talk about Trisha Paytas and what they want me to talk about with Trisha Paytas and things like that. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you right now, that ain't gonna fare well for you, alright? And I have made it very, very clear. You can go fact check this on my videos. I talked about Trisha Paytas' fans coming for me and that they are the biggest Peter Monn haters in the entire world, and they have made my life a pure living hell. Okay, like I'm already, to be honest with you, a little nervous about making this video today, but I'm gonna explain to you why I am doing it in a second. Because anytime I make a Trisha Paytas video, either like the Trisha Paytas haters can't stand it, or the Trisha Paytas lovers can't stand it. It doesn't matter what I say in the video. And it's always like the hate and stalking goes up, okay, whenever I talk about Trisha Paytas. Now, I made this clear, okay, previous times in previous videos, that if you tag me in a bunch of shit about Trisha Paytas on Twitter, I'm gonna block you. I don't want to see it, okay? I don't care to see it, all right? Furthermore, I just want to say this, because they always want to compare it to my coverage of Coleen Ballinger and James Charles. This is my fucking channel, okay? This is Peter Monn's fucking channel. If I want to do every video over here talking about one person, I'll do that. There are channels out there that are dedicated to talking about one person. Trust me. I know, okay? So, if I wanted to do that, I would. But I don't do that on my channel, okay? I don't want to get tagged in a bunch of shit about James Charles. I don't want to get tagged in a bunch of shit about Coleen Ballinger, okay? I block them accounts too, just so you know. It's equal opportunity over here, okay? I don't want to see that stuff. That's why I rarely go over to the Twitter unless I am like retweeting the Halloween countdown or the Christmas countdown or something like that, okay? Because I don't love the Twitter. I don't care if it's called the X, I don't care if it's called the Y, the Z. I don't care what you fucking call that place, okay? It's toxic. I don't like it. Don't tag me in shit. You tag me in shit, you're going to get blocked. I'm just telling you right now, okay? I'm quick with the block button today. I don't want to see it. I don't like it. I don't care what your demands are. I don't care what you want me to talk about. Go make your own channel and talk about it, okay? I think that would be a great idea for you. Y'all are so passionate about it, you should make a whole channel dedicated to talking about Trisha Paytas. Have at it, okay? That's not what my channel's about. My channel's not dedicated to talking about Trisha Paytas, okay? I make a video here and a video there and whatever. And I can tell you right now, you Trisha Paytas haters are not going to like this video today, because I went in to this video that she posted with an open mind, and I'm going to tell you guys what I think about it, okay? So, I got this email from somebody that has watched my channel, I mean, literally from the inception of day one, okay? Watches my booktube videos, she watches my vlogs, she watches everything. So she sent me this email. I'm gonna read the email. It says, I know you don't always like to talk about Trisha Paytas because of the backlash that you get online and with your stalkers and stuff, which are directly related to Trisha Paytas and Coleen Ballinger. I just want to make that very, very clear, okay? But what they want me to do is they want me to not talk about those people anymore, okay? I ain't playing into them haters, okay? You all have made my life so much of a living hell that, to me at this point, it's like, okay, I'm going to continue to talk about these people. You're not stopping me from talking about these people. I'm just going to make that very, very clear, okay? Because you've done so much to affect my life that I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say on video. I'm going to do it, okay? So she goes on to say, I know you get, you know, the backlash that you get online and with your stalkers and stuff. If you don't want to talk about it, I completely understand. But Trisha Paytas just posted, or just came out with a video 4 hours ago called The Hardest Goodbye. It's like 23 minutes long, and I really hope that you watch it and do a drama video on it if you feel like it. See, no pressure. Okay, if you feel like it. But it was very nice how she said it. She talks about regretting the things that she's done in her past and where she's at now in the therapy, and I just would like your take on the video. Love you, Peter. Hope you're having an amazing day. So thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. So I went in here and I watched this video. The video is called, hold on a second, The Hardest Goodbye. It is 23 minutes and 31 seconds. And I watched it, and it's her standing in front of Moses' Jeep and her Range Rover. Okay. And the video is about her getting rid of her, what do you call it? Her pink Rolls Royce. Okay. But it's really not about that. Now, I just want to say this before I get into it. I was tagged in this thing online. I think it was like by Spill Some Tea With Me. And it was a clip of Trisha Paytas' podcast, right? And I'm watching this podcast. And Trisha Paytas is sitting in there and she's saying, well, first of all, she shouted out some drama channels a while ago, right? So it's obvious to me she still watches drama videos, okay? About her, about other things, whatever. So she said in this clip, it was interesting. She said in there that, you know, she talked in this other podcast about her relationship with Shane Dawson. She talked about it in this podcast, some podcast she did on her own channel and things like that. And that she said that drama channels were telling her to, like, stay away from Shane Dawson. And she kind of clarified it and said she has no intention of, like, you know, reigniting that friendship and things like that, right? And I'm like, that's interesting because I watched all the videos from all the drama channels talking about Trisha Paytas and her friendship. I mean, she says it very clearly in this clip. She's like, they're like warning me not to be friends with Shane Dawson. Out of all the videos that I watched, I was like literally the only one that said that. So obviously Trisha Paytas is still watching my video. So how you doing, girl? How you doing? You look pretty today in your video. She looked gorgeous in this video that she did. But hey, Trisha, how are you doing? So hey, it's good to see you, Trish. Hey. So anyway, so I was like, okay, obviously she's still watching my videos. Now, what's important about that is that I get in this video that she had asked me to watch, and it was literally, I got one request for this video, okay? It wasn't like tons of people were asking me to talk about this. I got one request for me to watch this video, and it was from this person that's watched my channel for a long time, so I thought, you know what? Hey, listen, she's stuck around for all my vlog channel, my drama channel, all my channels for a long time. Listen, Merry Christmas to you, okay? I'll do the video you wanted me to do. I think that's a nice thing. She asked nicely, I'll give it to her, you know? So anyway, so I go in and I watch this video, and it's Trisha standing in front of her. Now, listen, I didn't take no notes. I'm just giving y'all my reaction to this, okay? My honest-to-God reaction of what I thought, all right? And I'm being objective about this, okay? So, like, take it or leave it. This is just my opinion on Thursday of December 7th afternoon, sitting on my front porch, drinking a Diet Coke, what I thought about watching this video. I literally watched it a half an hour ago, okay? So don't be coming over here and saying she didn't say this and she said that and what she actually said. This is my reaction to watching a video that I literally just watched a half an hour ago. Sat out here, watched it, okay, while I was drinking the rest of my water for the morning, and I was like, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna finish it, okay? So don't be picking apart what I say over here, okay? Or if you need to, I guess have at it, but that's not the point of this video. The point of the video is me just kind of reacting to what she said in the video overall, okay? So I go on this video, and she says from the beginning, well, first of all, I want to say, like, I do not watch many Trisha Paytas videos. You know, back in the day when I was covering her pretty regularly, I would watch most of her videos that she put out. Not even all of them, though. I would watch most of them that she put out. Trisha Paytas, like, she makes a lot of videos like me, you know? So I just didn't keep up with them a lot. And quite frankly, over time, I just got less interested in it. So I just stopped watching a lot of her videos. Today, I don't really watch a Trisha Paytas video. unless somebody sends it to me, somebody asks me to watch something, or somebody says, oh, she said this in a video, whatever. That's like really the only time that I watch like one of her podcasts or one of her videos. And to be honest, on her main channel, I really haven't watched a video over there in a very long time. It's been a long time since I've watched one of her videos on that channel. So I watch this video, and the first thing I'm like, she looks gorgeous. She looks really, really good, you know? And she's sitting in her driveway, and she's got Moses' Jeep sitting out there, and then she's got her Range Rover, and she's, later in the video, she says something about, you know, like asking like people like, what's a good car for families and things like that, and she's like, 'cause she said she don't like the Range Rover, which is so interesting because I've had so many friends of mine, and my dad drives a Range Rover, that like, said they don't like the Range Rover. It's so interesting to me, you know, because it looks like a nice car, you know, but a lot of people have said that. And I'm sitting there, she's like, so let me know what you guys think for recommendations for family cars. And I'm like, girl, you need to call up old Amy Slayton and see if she'll sell you that van of hers, girl. They could fit 15 people in that van for a trip 8 hours to go visit Tammy up in the rehab. You need to go ask Amy Slayton if she'd sell you that van. Can you imagine Trisha Paytas? Like, you want to talk about iconic meeting iconic, okay? Can you imagine Trisha Paytas buying Amy Slayton's van and painting that bitch pink? Can you imagine that, okay? That is the crossover that I want to see. I want to see Trisha Paytas driving Amy Slayton's, that burgundy van that her and Michael drove all over Dixon, Kentucky. I want to see it all to Atlanta and all other places. I want to see, I think Chris is driving it now, her brother Chris. But I want to see Trisha Paytas buy Amy Slayton's van, okay? Should have bought Adam Sandler's clothes off of eBay and all these other people's costumes and clothes. I want to see Trisha Paytas. I mean, like, that is literally the crossover that I want to see, okay? I don't care anymore. Come for me. Say, you want to talk about this? Listen, okay? Listen, Linda, this is the old days. This is the OG. I need to have some fun over here, okay? And the fun for me... And I can tell you right now, Trisha Paytas was talking about she was going to have to pay $250,000 if she wanted to keep her pink Rolls Royce. Girl, I tell you right now, you might be able to get that Amy Slayton van for $2.50. You might, girl, okay? That ain't going to cost you no $250,000. I would live, okay? I would live to see Trisha and Moses go to Dixon, Kentucky and show up at Amy Slayton's doorstep and buy that burgundy van from her, okay? That they had to knock out 4 seats so that so her sister Tammy could sit in the back seat for their trips to Atlanta. I would live if Trisha Paytas bought that van, okay? I would live for that. That is the crossover that I need to see. First of all, you know, I was thinking about this the other day. All these reality show awards and things like that. And somebody said in my video yesterday, and it was a very nice comment, but they were like, I don't watch reality TV, so I skip through the parts of people. Hey, skip through everything you need to skip through on my channel, but thanks for watching. I appreciate it. It was a real nice comment, too, you know? She was proving that, like, if there's things you're not interested in my videos, you can just fast forward. Exactly, girl. That fast forward button's there for a reason. Thank you. But anyway... I gotta say this one thing, like, y'all know I watch a lot of reality TV, okay? I watch all the Housewives, Survivor, Amazing, 90 Day Fiancé, Life After Lockup, Love After Lockup. I watch so much, Welcome to Plathville. I watch so much reality TV, okay? So much about make you puke. And can I just ask this question? Why have the 1,000 Pound Sisters never won an award for nothing, okay? And they're the least paid out of all. I mean, we got housewives that are being paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, okay? For not, I mean, that Crystal on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, has she said more than 5 words this season? And she's getting paid $100,000, $200,000 an episode or something like that. What is she getting paid for, okay? Girl, first of all, nobody cares about your brother, okay, Crystal? Nobody cares about your brother. I don't know your brother. Okay, he apparently is some famous pop star. I don't know him, okay? I don't care about his love life. I don't care about him, Crystal. Okay, Crystal is so boring. Why did they renew her from Real House? Why... Lisa Rinna, why did they... I know she's problematic as hell, but she made for great television, okay? Move Ramona Singer, who is problematic as hell, too, to Beverly Hills, and put her back on Real Housewives, okay? Make her on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We need some problematic people. Crystal is so boring, okay? So you got Crystal over here making $100,000 an episode, and Amy Slayton is making $700 an episode. Have y'all watched 1,000 Pound Sisters? Okay, that show is... unbelievable. Not to mention, okay, as I am sitting here trying to lose weight and do things, I'm watching these sisters. Tammy Slayton is crying, okay? Because people are telling her that her weight loss journey is inspiring, and I'm like sitting there nodding, because I'm thinking to myself, if Amy, Chris, Tammy and Amanda can lose weight, there ain't no reason why Peter Monn can't lose weight sitting on his front porch in Indianapolis, okay? If they can do it, if they can get, you know, active, and they can walk, and they can do obstacle courses, and they can be in rehab centers and lose weight, there is no reason why I cannot lose weight. They are 100% inspiring, and I know they're problematic, okay? I know they're problematic. You can't watch that show. They don't even hide that they're problematic on that show, okay? But why are they not getting paid more money? They deserve it. That is the most vulnerable, authentic reality show I have ever seen. Period. End of story. Okay? And it inspired me. And I never in a million years, back in the day when I used to cover Amy Slayton, did I ever think that I would get in a video and say that Amy Slayton inspired me. But she and her sister did, and her brother did too. You know? Her brother looks fantastic. I mean, he's lost a lot of weight. And staying healthy and doing great and all this kind of stuff, right? So, I'm confused about that, right? But anyway, they need, so let's go back to the Trisha Paytas. I know y'all are like, we don't watch 1,000 Pound Sisters. Well, you should. I'm going to turn this channel into a 1,000 Pound Sisters channel because they deserve it. They deserve a lot of attention over there. So anyway, so I'm watching this video, but I want Trisha to buy that Amy Slayton van. Okay, that would be it for me, right? You want to talk about faint a million faints, like I used to say back in the day? I would faint a million faints, okay, to see Trisha Paytas driving around Hollywood up in Amy Slayton's van. I would live for that all day long. But anyway, so I'm watching this video of Trisha Paytas', and I'm thinking, Trisha Paytas starts getting into this whole thing, talking about gratitude, talking about therapy, talking about she's got what she always wanted, which was her family. And family and kids are so much more important than anything in the world that you can buy. And she's saving money because, like, you know, she was paying $5,000 a month for this Rolls Royce, and that's $60,000 a year, and that can go to college funds, or, you know, that can go to this, or that can go to family trips, and it's the experiences. And I'm like, I'm looking back at my video from like yesterday and the day before where I talked about Jeffree Star sitting up in a room with more money than God, being on TikTok screaming and yelling at people. And I said it made me sad because there are people out there working 2 to 3 jobs. And at the end of the day, what you really realize is it's not about money, it's about experiences and the people that you spend your time with. And I'm like, oh girl, Trisha Paytas is watching my videos closely. She is watching my videos closely. I don't take responsibility for all of that, right? But I will say this. Even if she isn't watching my videos, or she is, I don't know. I do think she's realized that, you know? And I do think that she's realized, and I'm going to give credit where credit's due. Trisha Paytas, when I used to cover her 3 to 4 years ago, I mean, there was not a week that went by that girl was not in some major drama, okay? That she was not in some major drama. Now, the stuff that people constantly want to throw up in her face, and she addresses this in the video, she says this, if you put stuff out there, they'll throw up in your face, they'll throw up in your face, right? The thing is that the stuff that she did was from like 10, 12 years ago, okay? I'm not saying she don't need to take responsibility for it. I'm just saying, like, let's look at who Trisha Paytas is today. And maybe my opinion's changed a little bit about this. I don't know, you know? I'm sitting there and I'm watching her, and I've watched some of her podcast episodes, and I watch, you know, this now and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know, in all honesty, this is kind of a different Trisha Paytas. Like, Trisha Paytas used to, like, go off on rants on Twitter, you know, come for people. I ain't seen her do that, okay? She's pretty low-key. She's got her opinions on her podcast. It's a drama podcast. I've said that before. They don't want to say they're a drama channel, but they're a drama channel. They're talking about other YouTubers. But she's not doing anything that nobody else is doing by talking about these issues and stuff like that. Does she have problematic people on her podcast from time to time? Sure, okay? Like Terry Joe that supports James Charles and whatever. But other than that, like, Trisha Paytas in the last year or two, and like I said, I don't watch her that closely. I'm sure I'll get sent a bunch of receipts after I say this. But she has really pretty much stayed out of, like, mainstream drama. Like, she's not sitting on video creating it anymore like she did years ago. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting there watching it, and she's very calm, and she's very relaxed, which I've said in other videos. I think Trisha has the ability to do that. But then she starts going in and she starts talking about therapy, okay? And I had just talked in my video that I did the other day about Coleen Ballinger, and Coleen Ballinger talking about therapists and all this kind of stuff. Now go back and watch that video, because I said I don't believe that Coleen Ballinger's in therapy. I don't believe that she is at all. I said she never talks about it. She never talks about her therapy appointments. She never talks about what she learns in therapy. She never talked about nothing to do with therapy, okay? And I said I didn't believe that she was in therapy. In the past, I've kind of said similar things about Trisha Paytas. Like, I believe Trisha Paytas has been in therapy, but I don't believe that she had been in it long term. I don't know. Today, when I was watching this video, it's kind of like, this is the thing, right? It's like, I don't really know how to explain this to somebody unless you've walked through it, but if you've walked through it, you'll know what I'm talking about. So if you're there and you've been there, put it in the comment section below. But like, you cannot fake being in recovery in a 12-step program and talking that talk. You can't really fake it, right? Like, I meet people all the time that are like court ordered to go to meetings and stuff like that. This is gonna stop in about 10 seconds, so hold, or 20 seconds, hold on. Okay, so I meet people all the time that are like court ordered to go to meetings, which I have to tell you, I know a lot of people don't believe in court ordering going to meetings, but I've met a lot of people that have long-term sobriety where it started with them being court ordered to go to meetings. So this whole attitude of, ain't nobody gonna get sober unless they want to get sober, I'm not a big believer in that. I just want you to know, okay? That this, you can lead a horse to water and all that kind of stuff. Well, there is some truth to that, okay? But like, I really believe in drug court programs that force people to go to so many meetings every single week and have a sponsor and do the work, because then they start having the peace and serenity and they see that a 12-step program works for them. And then I have several friends of mine, okay, many friends of mine that have long-term sobriety, and it started with them being court ordered, okay? So but this is the thing. Like, I've met a lot of people when they first come in and they talk about, instead of calling them meetings, they call them classes. They ain't classes, baby. They're meetings, okay? They're called 12-step meetings. They ain't called classes. But that always cracks me up when people call them classes. Like, those classes don't work and things like, they're not classes, okay? When somebody calls them classes, you can tell immediately they ain't working no 12-step program. There's a language that you use. And even if you've been going to 12-step meetings for, let's say, 3 to 6 months, okay, you start speaking that language. So when somebody else starts speaking to you with that language, you know immediately. For example, years ago, and I've shared this story, I was with a friend of mine up at the casino, okay? And we were playing blackjack, and this was before they had, like, the dealers. They had, like, this machine, and there was, like, these 3 guys on the other side. And they were saying stuff, and I looked at my friend, and I said, I think they're in the program. And she goes, you do? Why? And I said, are you listening to what they're saying? And so I was listening to them, right? And I finally said to them, like, there's a saying that we say, like, are you a friend of so-and-so's that was one of the originators of the program? They go, yeah, how'd you know? And I said, I could just tell by what you were saying. And they were like, are you too? And I said, yeah, we were talking about what meetings we went to and people that we knew and, you know, and stuff like that. And so there's a language that you speak. When you are in therapy, and I don't care what therapist you go to, I don't care what kind of work they have you do, there's a language that people that are in therapy or have been in extensive therapy speak, right? Trisha Paytas spoke that therapy in this video. I can tell that Trisha Paytas has done therapeutic work. I can tell that Trisha Paytas has done extensive therapeutic work by listening to her in this video, okay? And it's not as easy as just listening to somebody and what they say and copying what they say. It's awareness, action, and follow through a little bit, and you can tell by what she's saying. It's not like she just watched a video and copied what somebody else said. It's not easy to do that, you guys. It just really isn't. And if you're in therapy, you'll know what I'm talking about. You can watch this video and you can tell that Trisha Paytas has been in therapy. And I think extensive therapy, okay? So she's talking about therapy and all this kind of stuff. And to be honest with you, like 3 years ago, where I would have, look at this, lip gloss on the side of my, I hate that. Reminds me of my mom back in the day. There was not a coffee cup in this house that didn't have lipstick on it. But you know, back in the day, I probably would have said something to the effect of, and this is where my opinion can change at a moment's notice. I would have said, why can't she just come out with a video where she's talking about changes and growth and gratitude? Because that's what this video is about, right? Why does she have to weave it into the car? But in all honesty, I have to be honest with you, I kind of love the fact, and like I said, I watch it from a very objective point of view, okay? I didn't watch it as a Trisha Paytas hater or Trisha Paytas lover. I just watched it as somebody watching a video made by somebody called Trisha Paytas. I have to say, I kind of loved the fact that she wove it through her getting rid of her pink Rolls Royce, in all honesty. And, you know, I don't think this video is going to be a popular video. I don't think it's going to be a popular opinion. I don't think people are going to really live for it. But I have gone through periods in my life where I have gotten rid of material things. You know, I just cleaned out my closet and got rid of 16 bags of clothes. That felt transformative to me, okay? It really, really did. And to get rid of a car that symbolized part of your past, like, it made so much sense in the context of her video. And she even said that, like, the producer or somebody of the podcast said, do you want to do a whole episode where you're saying goodbye to your car? And she goes, no, because that's a sad video. And I want to do a happy video talking about my daughter and my family and developing my family further and Moses and things like that. And I just really was impressed with this video. I have to tell you, I was. Now, if you've watched my previous videos, I have said that I thought that Trisha Paytas needed to come out and make a dedicated video addressing all of her issues from the past, okay? So this is a little bit where my opinion has changed a little bit, okay? I still think she needs to come out and do that video. I think it would be good for her. I think it would be, explaining it in an analogy, I think for her to make that video would be like her getting rid of the pink Rolls Royce. I think that video would be really well received. I don't think she needs to go into long context about the things. I think for her to just say this, and I apologize, like the things that People Magazine brought up. Here's the thing, okay? And I know this personally. There's a difference between Coleen Ballinger, and I want to make this very, very clear. There's a difference between Coleen Ballinger doing things 10 years ago, okay, and today, or just months ago, still being in group chats, or today doing things in videos that hint at those things that she did 10 years ago, okay? That to me says there's no change going on there, okay? That there's no transformation, she's not working on herself, there's no change, okay? Shane Dawson being held accountable for things that happened 10, 15 years ago, okay? Shane Dawson, his sense of humor is still a little skewed, but I think that in some ways it is greatly improved over where he was at 10 to 15 years ago. So, you know, my hope is always, I know that people think that my hope is just to drag these people, right? My hope at the end of the day is for everybody to grow and change, including myself. I am not a perfect example of anybody. I will continue to be growing, learning, and changing until the day that I die, right? I just think at some point, if the person isn't demonstrating the same behavior today that they demonstrated 10 years ago, at what point do we acknowledge change and growth? Like, okay, people still want to throw in Trisha Paytas' face stuff that she did 10 years ago, okay? I brought up the DID community and things like that, right? At what point do we at least acknowledge the fact that there is change and growth going on there, okay? And no, this is not Trisha Paytas has completely won me over. This is me having a conversation with people that I consider friends of mine, okay? This is me just sitting in the kitchen. This is the conversation I would have with my best friend Tanya, right? Like, at what point do we continue to hold somebody to the sins of who they were 10 to 15 years ago, right? I have done a lot of work in the last 10 to 15 years. Therapeutically, with several therapists. I have shown it on video. I have done a lot of work, okay, in doing inventory with my sponsor, going to meetings. I've done a lot of work on myself. I hope to God I am not the person that I was 10 to 15 years ago, you know? And I hope 10 to 15 years from now I'm not the person I am sitting here on the porch today. Because I believe in that we evolve and change and grow over time, all right? I hope that I'm not always held to the standards of my mistakes from 10 to 15 years ago. But to do that, you have to demonstrate that you are changing and growing as a person. And I think part of that is acknowledging your past and what you did, okay? It's not a tally mark of these are all of my mistakes, and I need to be held to this one thing that I did 10 years ago and why I was such a horrible person because of that person 10 years ago, and explain it, okay? I don't even know, to be honest with you, that going forward, that's necessarily, I think my opinion has kind of changed on this a little bit, that that's necessarily what I expect from Trisha Paytas, okay? Do I think that if she got in a dedicated video and said, I've done a lot of really hurtful things to a lot of hurtful communities and I've lied about a lot of people, and she said that, and she gave reference to things like, let me give you some examples, okay? I said things about the DID community. I shouldn't have done that. I said things about, you know, this, and I shouldn't have done that. I think, and this is where my opinions changed, I think for Trisha Paytas to get into a video and address everything that people want to continue to throw at her from 15 years ago, first of all, is impossible, okay? Number one. Number two is the goalpost constantly changes. Even if she did that video, people will come out and say, but you didn't address this, and you didn't address that, and you didn't address this, and you didn't address that. And I probably would have been that person in the past, okay? I don't want to be that person anymore. I want to acknowledge change and growth where I see it, and especially as Trisha Paytas is somebody that is a mother of one and now two, I want her to change and grow and evolve and be the best person that she possibly can. I want that for anybody out there, okay? Do I believe that there are people that deserve Trisha Paytas to take accountability for them, for her having hurt them, you know, through videos that she made and things like that? Absolutely. This video to me today was a sense of awareness that I have never witnessed. This is not me saying, okay, Trisha is, let's just forget everything she did. That's not what I'm saying, okay? What I'm saying is, this video that I watched of Trisha's today was an awareness that I have not witnessed in Trisha in a very long time, okay? And I think it's the beginning. I think down the road, and I don't think this is coming in a month, I don't think, it might be 6 months to 2 years, okay? I think Trisha Paytas will do a video, and I think she will address a lot of things that have happened in her past, because she's addressing more of it, right? And this video was more of a dedicated video of her addressing who she was in her past, putting things out there, she says, I was a mess, okay? I did horrible things. She says that. She doesn't say specifically what they are. But, you know, my opinion's kind of changed about that over time. It's like, okay, she's done a lot, right? Like, a lot of people online have done a lot. And I think I would rather have somebody take some accountability, have some awareness, show that they've grown and changed by not continuing to do those same things. Like, that to me is a lot, right? That to me is to say, this is who you were 10 or 15 years ago. This is who you are today, and you're not doing those same things anymore. That is literally the definition of change, right? Okay. There's reasons why I get on video and I say things like, Jeffree Star, I do not witness change from him, okay? It's one thing to hold up something that Jeffree Star did 10 years ago and then show him in a TikTok screaming and yelling at people just last week and calling them all kinds of horrific names. That shows that from 10 years ago to today, of December 2023, that Jeffree Star has not changed, okay? But to throw up something of Judy Smith from 10 years ago and then show Judy Smith today, and she is somewhat of a changed person, is literally the definition of change, right? And I hope going forward that I'll continue to talk about people that, you know, need to have awareness and need to be held accountable and things like that. But also to acknowledge the change as well. I've always said that I believe that awareness is the first part to change. Trisha Paytas showed a lot of awareness in this video. She really did. Okay, and I know a lot of people are like, it's not good enough, whatever. Well, that's for you to decide, okay? I'm just somebody that's watched Trisha Paytas for 7+ years, okay, and covered her on my channel. And what I saw in the video today was that I witnessed some change from Trisha Paytas. I witnessed some awareness. Awareness to the point that when I was watching her talk about what a mess she used to be, the things she used to put out there, people throwing it in her face, I was like, I can see a video, and I couldn't say this before, that I could see a video of Trisha Paytas sitting down and being like, I need to talk about the things that I did in my past. I can see her do that in a video. I couldn't see that a couple months ago. Now, I don't know that she'll ever do that. Do I think that it would? Okay. Number one, I think the people that she offended and she hurt, I think they deserve that. Number two, I think the people that that were hurt by the things that she said in videos, I think that it would give them some clear. Most of them don't care, but a lot of them do, right? And a lot of them were people that love Trisha. But I also think that would give Trisha, you know, the clearing of the wreckage of her past to be able to move on. There is no way that anybody is going to be able to, like, oh, you said this in 2008, you said this in 2010. She can't address everything. Nobody can, okay? So, I don't know. Now, if Trisha Paytas comes out next week and she does something highly problematic, or she does something or says something highly problematic, that's a different story. But, you know, and just covering her here and there over the last couple months, I haven't witnessed that from her. So I hope she is a changed person, or changing person, evolving, growing person. I want that for everybody, you know? I think that's probably the biggest misconception of my channel from people, is that I think people think that I want to keep people in this box and keep them there and focus on that, right? Like the negative. I don't want that. I've said this many times in my videos before. If I woke up tomorrow and all of these people had changed and evolved and grown, and there was not a video for me to make on my channel, I got 6 other channels, okay? I don't know what I'd do over here, you know? I guess I'd do another cheapo box, or go back to reading magazines or something like that, right? You know, but like, if Manny came out and did the right thing, if all these people came out and did the right thing and started showing that they were changing and growing, I would acknowledge that, okay? If Jeffree Star could get in a TikTok and say, I apologize to these people, no matter for what the reason that they did what they did, I apologize to them for speaking so foul. I don't want to be that person going into my 40s to speak that foul to another human being. I would acknowledge that, okay? I'm not the gatekeeper on that. I'm just saying, I would acknowledge that. And I think that going forward, it's important to acknowledge change and growth when it occurs, okay? I don't want these people to have the most miserable lives, okay? I'm not the person that's going to sit there, and to be honest with you, and this goes out there to the hater of any channel, even my own, okay? When you want to continue to throw things into people's faces, okay, that they cannot change, but maybe they can grow and learn from. And that's really what I've always talked about on my channel, is growing, evolving, and changing and learning, okay? I've always said that from day one of my channel, you know? I don't necessarily hold that person to the standard of what they did 10 years ago. I hold that person to the standard of who they are today and how they've grown and changed from that moment. Because that's what I want for myself. And I said this in my video yesterday. This was a very valuable lesson that I learned in recovery. I have to want for other people what I want for myself. Okay? Do I think that bringing up things that happened, if it is testament to that they are not changed and they are the same people today, I get it. Okay? But when we're showing consistent change and growth and that people are not the same as they were, what's the point? Okay? Just to hold somebody at their lowest moment, you know, that's not what I want this channel to be about, you know? So, I want to acknowledge change and growth. Do I think that Trisha Paytas is the most changed, grown person in the entire world? Obviously not. Is it going to take a long time? To be honest with you, I'm not even really that bothered by Trisha Paytas anymore, that I continue to want to watch her that closely to see if she is that changed and grown on a regular basis. I don't watch her that closely, okay? I know some fans out there, or lovers of hers do, and the haters surely do, okay? But I don't want to live with hate in my heart. And I don't want anybody else to live with hate in their heart either, okay? So, love me or hate me, this is what I saw in her video today. I noticed some awareness. And I noticed some change and growth that I hadn't witnessed before. And I hope it just goes up from here. And I hope she continues to change and grow and evolve. I think it would be really nice for the people that she hurt and for herself to come out with a video where she at least alludes to it or addresses that. And I'm not talking about 2 seconds in a car vlog or 2 seconds here. I'm talking about a dedicated video. This was a pretty dedicated video of her talking about her past. So she's getting there, okay? Do I think that video might come down the road? I think it might, you know? So I don't know. I wish Trisha the best. I really, really do. I think that, you know, I'm changing and I'm evolving and growing too as a person on this channel. And I think in covering, you know, people over here, I want people to have the ability to change and grow. Now, if they don't, trust me, I will call it out, okay? You know, my sponsor, one of the things, the most important things that my sponsor always says to me is, when I bring something to her, my sponsor in recovery, when I bring something to her and I don't know what to do with it, she'll say to me, this is an opportunity for change. Are you going to take it? This is an opportunity for growth. Are you going to take it? Sometimes I'm not ready to. You know, sometimes I got to get beat up a little bit more. But many times I am. There have been many people in the last year that I have been greatly disappointed by, okay? That I think that were presented with opportunities for change and chose not to take them. Raw Beauty Christie is at the top of that list for me. I think she was presented with a great opportunity to change and show growth, and she refused to do that. Manny MUA is another one of those. Laura Lee is another one of those people, okay? James Charles and Coleen Ballinger, I'm kind of starting to believe that they're a little too far gone. That it's a little bit, I don't know, okay? I think that their issues are so deep and they need so much help that I don't even know about that, okay? But today, December 7th of 2023, in that video that I watched of Trisha Paytas', do I believe that she is a completely changed person and that she is, you know, whatever? No, I don't, okay? Nor do I think that about myself. I'm changing and I'm growing and I'm evolving and I'm learning, and I want that for everybody else. And that includes Trisha Paytas, and that includes Raw Beauty Christie, and that includes Manny MUA. I want people to grow and change, because if they can't, then I can't. And I want that for myself, and I want that for all of you too. And that doesn't mean, you know, that we forgive and forget everything that happened in the past, right? But I also think that we have to be fair and look at change and growth over time and see, is this person changing and growing? Or are we holding them to a standard that they can never forget because it's, you know, constantly they're held to the standard of something that they did so long ago, right? Or are we holding them to today? Maybe they've learned a lot from that. Maybe they've grown from that. Maybe they don't want to be that person today. But show us that. Demonstrate that to us. By not continuing to do it in the future, you know? By not doing this and whatever. And then I think that that demonstrates growth and change, you know? If tomorrow, Manny MUA stop taking pictures with James Charles, stop following him, stop going to his launches, okay? Stopped endorsing his products, stopped reviewing his products, and over the course of 3 to 6 months, never saw him around James Charles anymore, okay? Yes, I would still want him to come out and speak about why he unfollowed James Charles and why he needed to follow him for so long, okay? Just like I want Raw Beauty Christie to come out and address that, because to this point it seems performative to me. But I also think that I hope that over time that would show some growth and change, you know? I don't know. But I think it also shows to see, like, what other problematic people are these people supporting and endorsing. If they're just doing that because it's performative, they're following and endorsing other people. But Trisha Paytas is a different story, you know? But I do think that, like, some of the guests on her podcast are interesting choices and whatever. So we'll see what happens going forward, you know? Like I said, I wish her the best. I wish all of us the best, you know? I want us all to grow and change. But what I witnessed in this video today was a lot of awareness, you know? It was a lot of head nodding for me that I was like, yep. Those are the things that are important to me in my life. The people. The experiences. Because when the road narrows and you get a little bit older, what you realize is... And she kept on saying, like, I'm 35, I wish I had learned this before. Girl, 35 is young, you know? I don't know I had learned that much by 35. That was when my mom passed away, you know? I think that was when I started learning some of the greatest lessons in my life was with the greatest loss, you know? My mom passed away when I was 35, turning 36, and that was the greatest loss I'd ever had in my entire life, and I started learning a lot in that moment about what was really important in life. It's never too late, you know? I hope, because I'm still learning every day, and I want that for everybody else as well. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.